People learn by example. I don't think anybody has an argument with that. I think that when Hugh People said that people learn basically by observation and participation, I think that everybody caught on to that. So what we're saying very simply is that if they're learning by observation and participation, then we need to do more acting than we need to do writing. And I think the Black Panther Party is doing that. That we didn't talk about a Breakfast with Children program, we've got one. We're not going to tell you how many kids we intend to feed and speed in Chicago. We're feeding 3,000 to 4,000 every week already, and I don't know how many all around the country. We're not talking about beginning to think about treating people free when they need medical services. We're opening a free health clinic in the city of Chicago in less than 3 weeks. These are the type of examples that people can relate to.
The immediate, violent, criminal reaction of the occupants in shooting at announced police officers emphasizes the extreme viciousness of the Black Panther Party. So does their refusal to cease firing at the police officers when urged to do so several times.
Ed Hanrahan, who was the political heir apparent of Mayor Daley, wanted to take credit for having killed this Black Panther leader. So he went on television, and he went on television explaining how Fred Hampton had come out of his bedroom firing a pistol, and how all the Panthers inside had repeatedly broken ceasefires and repeatedly fired at the police. The problem is when you fire a bullet, two things happen. You have a shell that comes from your gun, and you have a bullet that comes out the other end. When the evidence was all gathered, it turned out that all the shells that were found in the apartment came from police weapons, with the possible exception of one. All the bullet holes, the directions of those bullet holes, were all coming inside from outside. That is, showed that they were fired by the police. So that all of the evidence that Hanrahan said, all the evidence that was gathered proved that it was the police who fired, not the Panthers. Hanrahan went even further and actually pointed to places on the back door, which he said were evidence in pictures that the Panthers fired. The press themselves, when they looked closely at these pictures and returned to the scene, discovered that these were in fact nail heads and weren't bullet holes at all. The federal government at first appeared to be coming in and do a neutral investigation. And what the federal government did find, of course, was that it was the police and not the Panthers who had fired. Under their cover, though, the federal government, under the cover of appearing neutral, the federal government hid their own role, which was that it was their informant who had gotten a floor plan of the apartment, and their informant had given their floor plan to Edward Hanrahan's raiders.
I was supposed to be one of the murdered Panthers, okay? However, my plans changed that evening, and the informant, William O'Neill, was unaware of the change in plans that I had made. So my plans had changed, and I was not in the apartment. Oh, I was in the apartment earlier, but I left the apartment, and so I wasn't there. So they went to plan 2 in order to get rid of me. They raided my apartment the next morning on December 5th, shot my door down. And they thought that I was in the apartment.
There had been a systematic effort by the FBI in Chicago and nationally to destroy the Panthers. Previously, the FBI in Chicago had sent a letter to the head of the El Rukns, Jeff Fort, telling him the Panthers were trying to assassinate him. Didn't he want to take some action to prevent that? They had deliberately attempted to provoke things between the Panthers and other groups and attempted to discredit the Panthers publicly.
They didn't have to kill every leader. All they had to do was kill one of the most important and up-and-coming and messianic leaders who was doing what Fred Hampton was doing, to send the message to all those young folks, whether they be black or white or Latin or whatever, who wanted to get involved in the struggle, that this is the game that you're getting involved in. We'll kill you in your bed.
The journey of the Black community in the United States has been laden with systemic oppression and resistance. Throughout history, pivotal movements have emerged, shining a light on the injustices we face. One such movement, the Black Panther Party, BPP, sought to defend the rights of Black people and uplift our communities through programs that promoted self-sufficiency, education, and health. But alongside this noble pursuit arose a sinister campaign aimed at undermining and dismantling this powerful collective. It is critical for us to understand how the FBI orchestrated the sabotage of the Black Panther Party and the implications of these actions for our struggle for liberation. The Black Panther Party was founded in 1966 in response to police brutality and systemic racism. Offering free breakfast programs, health clinics, and education, the BPP quickly became a beacon of hope for marginalized communities. However, the U.S. government viewed this newfound agency with alarm, perceiving the party as a threat to the status quo. At the heart of this fear was the party's commitment to Black empowerment and its declaration of armed self-defense against oppression. In the late 1960s, the FBI, under the leadership of J. Edgar Hoover, initiated a covert operation known as COINTELPRO, Counterintelligence Program. Officially, this program aimed to surveil and infiltrate groups considered subversive, but in practice, it was an initiative aimed directly at dismantling the BPP. The FBI employed a range of underhanded tactics, including infiltration, misinformation, and intimidation, designed to create discord within the party and diminish its influence in the broader civil rights movement. One of COINTELPRO's central strategies was to plant false information, exploiting existing tensions within the party and portraying its members as violent radicals. This disinformation campaign sowed distrust not only among the party's ranks, but also between the BPP and other civil rights organizations. The FBI stoked conflicts between factions, leading to paranoia and fragmentation that ultimately weakened the party's resolve. They were strategic in their efforts, using both external authoritarian pressure and internal strife to unravel the movement from within. Moreover, the FBI engaged in direct actions against the Black Panther leadership. High-profile members, like Fred Hampton, were targets of assassination plots. On December 4, 1969, Fred Hampton was murdered in his own home, a result of a coordinated raid by Chicago police, facilitated by intelligence provided by the FBI. This blatant disregard for Black life highlighted the lengths to which the government would go to quash our fight for justice and equality. The impact of this sabotage was profound. The external pressure and internal divisions led to a decline in the BPP's ability to operate. Many community programs were dismantled, and the feelings of fear and mistrust permeated throughout not just the Black Panther Party, but many grassroots movements striving for liberation. This strategy of division was not unique to the Panthers. It has been applied across various civil rights movements, revealing a consistent pattern in the government's attempts to suppress Black activism. Understanding the historical sabotage faced by the Black Panther Party is crucial for any discourse about civil rights today. It underscores the immense strength required to combat systemic oppression and the importance of unity within our communities. The lessons learned from this betrayal should galvanize us to remain vigilant against forces that seek to divide and conquer. The legacy of the Black Panther Party endures, serving as a powerful reminder of the fight for justice and community empowerment. As we move forward, it is vital to ensure that we understand our history, recognize the tactics used against us, and remain resolute in our pursuit of equality and dignity. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. Sending love to each one of you. Feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts on the topic.